Hello, Sunday live viewers. This is Matthew Subanda, and we're out here at the PPC Zimbabwe headquarters in Bulawayo. Last Saturday we had PPC Charity Golf Day out at the Elephant Hills Golf Course. We had about 60 golfers, more social golfers, not really any professional golfers out there, taking to the course, for charity. And out here, I'm joined by the PPC General Manager, Sales and Marketing, Nkosana Mapuma. Nkosana, welcome to Sunday Live podcast.
Thank you for having me, naturally.
Well, Nkosana, we had that PPC Charity Golf Day out in Falls on Saturday. How was how did it go down? How was the experience? Even you a player, how did it go down on Saturday?
The experience was quite amazing. The atmosphere was fantastic. We had a bit of light drizzle when we teed off in the morning around 7, which offered a bit of a challenge for most golfers, but it was quite nice. It was quite exciting. We had a very huge turnout. Over 60 players came through for this charity event in Victoria Falls, and we had, I'll say we had a wonderful time.
And for you as a player, how was the experience?
Well, I was playing customer golf, so I had to make sure my customers win. So I was giving it to them. But yeah, look, the course was fantastic. I played the day before just to feel the course, and we had great fun playing with animals and all that stuff. But more importantly, what we were really there for as PPC was to give back to our community. We had identified Victoria Falls Old People's Home that we wanted to do some donations to. I mean, look, COVID-19 has been hard on a lot of people, a lot of our communities. So this event for us is one of the events that we do in a year to sort of like give back to our community, give back to the people that have made us PPC. So we took the opportunity now to take the tournament to Victoria Falls, away from the traditional hive, having identified a need at Victoria Falls Old People's Home. And fair enough, we had our fair share of fun as players, but more importantly, we needed to do some charity work in that town.
So with what you want to achieve, would you say this was a massive success?
It was massive. It was great. We supply cement throughout the entire country of Zimbabwe. As you know, we've got 3 main factories, one in Gwanda, Colingbourne, one in Bulawayo, and the other one in Harare. So that enables us to touch a lot of communities all over the country. So showing our presence in Victoria Falls as one of our, one of the consumers of our product, a tourist destination and a city on the rise, we feel that our presence there really was a great success. But again, I don't want to take away the attention from the need that we had identified there. That's why we actually went there this time, the Victoria Falls Old People's Home.
Okay, but taking the event away from Harare and taking it to Victoria Falls, what was the idea there?
The idea was to move it around. Having held the tournament in Harare this past, I think, 3 years, we felt that, in as much as there is also need in Harare, we thought let's also turn our attention to other towns and see what we can do there. Obviously, Bulawayo is another potential destination, but we felt this time let's take it to the tourist town. Let's identify a need there. Let's show the country and the world at large that Zimbabwe is open for business now. Tourism is open, and let's have fun at the Elephant Hills Golf Course.
We understand the players do not have to incur as much cost, like going to Victoria Falls. Most of the expenses are taken care of. Would you shed more light into that?
Yes, PPC had to take care of all the accommodation expenses and food for all the invited guests for the tournament. I mean, they didn't ask to go to Victoria Falls. We asked them to come to Victoria Falls, so we had to bear that cost. But they were very much willing to donate when the time came to the charity. Players were asked to either donate cash or a blanket to Victoria Falls Old People's Home, and most of them were able to do that. And even during the prize giving ceremony, players were still feeling very generous, and they were giving very willingly to that cause. We even had the representatives from the Old People's Home coming to make a speech during the prize giving ceremony, and that also opened up, more pledges from the players. So all in all, I would say it was a huge success. We had a very good host, the Elephant Hills management and staff, and we really had a fantastic time there.
You're talking about the donations to the Old People's Home. Do you have the figures in terms of the blankets and the other donations that were made?
We, at the close of the prize giving ceremony, we had 23 blankets that were donated, but we didn't close off the donations at that time. We just had to go have dinner. And I'm sure some people made pledges. In terms of cash, we also managed to raise, I think, over $1,900 on the day, but there were people who were also making pledges and also willing to donate some more. So I don't have the final figures at the moment, but I'm sure, with the excitement that we saw in the faces of all the players and the invited guests, more would come. We even had the pleasure of the Victoria Falls Mayor joining us for the ceremony as well, and it was quite good. It was a good turnout, and I think the beneficiaries would be very happy to have had such a generous group of players coming through to assist them.
And then lastly, what can we expect? I know this event was postponed because of COVID. It was going to take place earlier, 3 months ago, and it took place now in early October. What can we expect in terms of this charity golf day next year? Going to Victoria Falls, going to Harare, coming to Lawa, is going to maybe Nyanga? What can we expect next year?
So traditionally we hold this tournament over winter, around June, July. Obviously, like you said, this year we were disturbed by COVID-19, but we do expect to return to our traditional slot of around June, July next year. As for the venue for the next tournament, we had a lot of fun in Victoria Falls, and I wouldn't be surprised if we conclude that we are going back there, but we haven't finalized those details yet. What I can tell you is there will be another PPC Charity Golf Day next year in 2022, and it will be probably bigger and better than the Elephant Hills one this year.
And maybe I saw just five female participants. What's the plan, in terms of increasing the number of females next year? With about, I think the numbers was out of 60 with about 55 males and 5 females. Is there any plan maybe to increase the number of females taking part next year?
We did invite quite a number of female golfers, but like you said, it's a social golf tournament. Perhaps some were held back, I don't know, but we will extend, I think, invites to a lot more female golfers and try to encourage them to come and enjoy an outing with PPC. We won't really have a targeted number but our calls will go to those female golfers to come and enjoy a day at the PPC Charity Golf tournament.
Looking at the numbers from years gone by, this year, how does it compare in terms of the numbers?
Well, we usually have a field of about 80 players, but because of COVID and perhaps even the traveling, arrangements, most players come from Harare, so maybe they felt that it was a bit far in Victoria Falls. So we had about 60 people, but they flew in, some drove in, and we do expect that perhaps next year, even if we go back to Victoria Falls, the numbers might be more than 60.
Oh, that was PPC Zimbabwe General Manager, Sales and Marketing, Kusana Mapuma, talking about the PPC Charity Golf Day held out at Victoria Falls last Saturday.